Ever thought about why Mauna Kea is so impressive? While Mount Everest holds the title for the tallest mountain above sea level, did you know that Mauna Kea in Hawaii actually boasts more height overall? When measured from its base on the ocean floor, Mauna Kea towers over Everest with a height of about 3,500 feet, compared to Everest's 29,032 feet above sea level. Most of Mauna Kea lies hidden beneath the waves, but this giant volcano rises majestically when viewed from the beach. It's fascinating to think that most of Mauna Kea's structure is underwater, giving it a different perspective on height. This fact sparks curiosity about how we define and compare mountains. So when you gaze at Everest as the ultimate peak, remember the true giant lying beneath the waves? Isn't it amazing how nature surprises us in its own ways? You might be surprised by squirrels' amazing memory. Squirrels are not just cute little creatures, they are masters of memory. These nimble animals rely heavily on their impressive ability to remember where they have hidden their food for survival. When squirrels stash away nuts and seeds, they don't just randomly toss them anywhere. Instead, they create a mental map of over 1,000 locations, which they can recall later. This skill is crucial, especially in the winter months when food is scarce. Squirrels use a mix of visual cues and landmarks to help them navigate back to these hidden treasures. Interestingly, research has shown that they can even bury nuts in various ways, depending on how likely other animals are to steal them. By carefully choosing hiding spots and being strategic about their methods, squirrels are well adapted to thrive in their environments. Their impressive memory not only shows their intelligence, but also plays a vital role in maintaining the ecosystem, as forgotten nuts can sprout into new trees. Who knew these furry friends were such savvy planners? Here's a wild fact about our food sources. Did you know that around 90% of the food we eat worldwide comes from just 12 plants and 5 animals? This surprising statistic highlights how a few key species dominate our diets, shaping everything from what we grow in our gardens to what we find in grocery stores. The 12 plants include staples like rice, wheat, and maize, which provide essential carbohydrates, while the 5 animals mainly comprise cattle, sheep, goats, pigs, and chickens, supplying much of our protein. The reliance on such a limited variety may seem surprising, especially considering the countless other edible plants and animals. This narrow focus can affect food security and biodiversity, making us vulnerable to diseases and climate change. So the next time you enjoy your meal, think about all the amazing plants and animals that make it possible. Could we diversify our diets for a healthier future? Ever wondered about figs and their tiny partners? This mutualistic relationship between the fig and the wasp is vital for the fig's life cycle. When the female wasp enters a fig, she lays her eggs while also pollinating its flowers. This unique collaboration benefits both species, as the fig provides a safe home for the wasp's offspring, ensuring they have a place to grow. In turn, the wasp helps the fig reproduce by transferring pollen between flowers. Without this partnership, figs wouldn't exist as we know them. Interestingly, figs are not just fascinating because of this relationship. They're also packed with fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants, making them a deliciously healthy snack. Enjoying figs can boost your overall health, promoting digestion and fighting off free radicals. Next time you bite into a juicy fig, remember the tiny wasp that played a key role in bringing it to you. Isn't nature amazing? Did you know that a cow sold for $438 million? The Nalore Viatina, a remarkable 19F Mara Moveus cow, has become the most expensive animal in the world after a shocking auction in Brazil. This hefty bovine tips the scales at about 2,125 pounds, roughly double the size of typical cows in her breed. What sets her apart are her exceptional genetics, allowing her to gain muscle quickly and offering top-notch fertility. These traits make her a prized possession, driving her value to staggering heights. To protect this investment, her owners have taken extraordinary measures. She is monitored by security cameras, has an on-call veterinarian available 24/7, and even benefits from armed security. This combination of size, genetics, and security measures showcases the growing trend of valuing livestock for their unique abilities and market potential. Can you imagine what she might be worth in the future? Is it really true that bottled water is repurposed tap water? Many people would be shocked to learn that most bottled water in the United States is sourced from our very own tap. Major brands like Aquafina and Dasani primarily use municipal water. This water goes through basic filtration processes to remove impurities, making it safe to drink. However, the real kicker is the price tag. Consumers often pay hundreds of times more for bottled water than they would for the same water from their kitchen tap. In fact, while a bottle of branded water can cost around $1 or more, the cost per gallon for tap water is just a fraction of a cent. So next time you reach for that bottle, consider the journey it took from your tap to the store shelf. It's a surprising reality that raises questions about convenience, marketing, and our perceptions of what it means to drink water. Did you know BMW created a car with a flexible body? The BMW Gina Light Visionary Mode, introduced in 2008, revolutionized the world of automotive design. Instead of the traditional rigid metal structure, the Gina features a unique skin made from a flexible textile that allows the car's shape to change on demand. This innovative design not only beautifies the vehicle, but also enhances its aerodynamic performance. The fabric can stretch and move, adapting to different driving conditions or driver preferences. Imagine driving a car that can transform its appearance and function, just like a chameleon. This flexibility also makes the car lighter, potentially improving fuel efficiency. With its futuristic approach to both aesthetics and engineering, the Gina challenges our ideas of what a car can be, proving that creativity and technology can come together in astounding ways. Could this be the future of automotive design? Did you know that Java has a secret water level? In 1956, the Perman carrot made headlines by achieving what's known as the fourth technique in Java. This specific water level is not just an ordinary measurement. It represents a pivotal moment in the study of hydraulics and water management in Indonesia. The fourth technique involved innovative methods of controlling water flow and measuring levels, which helped local farmers maintain their rice paddies and improve crop yields. By harnessing these techniques, farmers could take advantage of seasonal rains while minimizing the risk of flooding or drought. The success of the Perman carrot demonstrated the importance of engineering in agricultural practices, shaping how communities around Java approach water usage. This breakthrough not only boosted local economies, but also laid the groundwork for future advancements in sustainable agriculture. How many more secrets does Java hold? You won't believe this about dark chocolate. Contrary to what many think, this delicious treat might actually be better for your teeth than other sugary snacks. Dark chocolate, particularly varieties that boast a high cocoa content and low sugar levels, contains compounds that can actually help fight off the bacteria responsible for cavities. These compounds, known as polyphenols, have been shown to inhibit the growth of harmful bacteria in the mouth. Moreover, dark chocolate contains minerals like phosphorus and calcium, which strengthen teeth. So while it's still wise to enjoy it in moderation, indulging in a small piece of dark chocolate could benefit your dental health. Next time you're craving something sweet, consider reaching for a piece of dark chocolate instead of a sugary candy bar. Who knew treating yourself could be so good for your smile? Did you know that Velcro can be silent? The US military has developed a special type of Velcro designed to create minimal noise. Traditional Velcro is famed for its satisfying ripping sound, a feature that can be detrimental in stealth operations where silence is crucial. In these scenarios, soldiers must navigate silently to avoid detection. This innovative variant effectively reduces the ripping noise by over 95%, allowing troops to maneuver quietly while fulfilling their missions. The success of this silent Velcro stems from advanced materials and design techniques that enable it to adhere securely without producing the loud, recognizable snap we're accustomed to. Picture a soldier creeping through a dense forest or a tactical unit executing a covert deployment. Every sound can make a significant difference. With this quieter version of Velcro, military forces can elevate their operational efficiency and maintain the critical element of surprise. This remarkable advancement doesn't stop at military applications. It holds promise for various industries, including outdoor equipment and fashion, that prioritize a more subdued design. Have you ever considered how a seemingly simple innovation like this could profoundly influence both strategic missions and everyday life? Have you ever wondered why artists use cuttlefish ink? CPIO ink, a fascinating brownish color, comes from the remarkable cuttlefish, a creature that has inspired artists for centuries. This natural ink source has a rich history, linking marine life with creative expression. In the past, painters and writers turned to this unique material for their art, as it offered vibrant color and a distinctive texture. The cuttlefish, a master of camouflage and adaptability, provided this special ink, showing just how intertwined our world's ecosystems are with human creativity. Using natural materials like CPIA ink not only reflects the resourcefulness of artists, but also highlights the beauty of nature. Today, as many artists seek sustainable options, cuttlefish-derived inks are making a comeback. It's a beautiful reminder that the ocean's treasures can become tools for expression, connecting us to both the marine world and the rich tapestry of human art. How will nature inspire your next creation? Here's what actually happens when you meet a mantis shrimp. This fascinating creature, with its vibrant colors and unique features, is one of the ocean's true marvels. Mantis shrimp have an astonishing ability to see the world in a way that humans can only dream of. While we have 3 types of color receptors, these incredible creatures boast up to 16. This allows them to detect ultraviolet light and see a spectrum of colors far beyond our imagination. But it's not just their eyes that wow scientists. Their claws are equally impressive. With a striking speed that rivals the snap of a bullet, mantis shrimp can strike their prey with a force strong enough to break glass. They use this power to not only catch food, but also defend their territory. These characteristics make mantis shrimp not just colorful, but also formidable, helping them thrive in the ocean's diverse ecosystems. What else might we discover about these incredible creatures? Most people don't know this, but frogs rain down. In Honduras, there's an incredible phenomenon called lluvia de peces, which translates to rain of fishes, but often includes frogs too. Each year, residents witness this bizarre sight where frogs tumble from the sky during heavy rainstorms. Scientists believe that this unusual event happens when strong winds pick up these small creatures from ponds or rivers, carrying them high into the clouds until they fall like rain. Imagine walking outside to find frogs hopping around everywhere. The locals don't just shrug it off. They celebrate this annual event, embracing the quirky charm of their home. Festivals often accompany the rains, complete with food, music, and fun, turning a strange occurrence into a community celebration. Next time you think about rain, remember that in Honduras, it's not just water that falls from the sky. It's frogs, too. What an amazing way to connect with nature. Believe it or not, Madagascar has a dancing funeral tradition. The Malagasy tribe practices a unique ceremony called Fomati Hana, a deeply rooted custom that celebrates the lives of the deceased. Every 7 years, family members gather to honor their loved ones by exhuming their bodies and dressing them in fresh, beautiful clothes. This ritual reflects their belief that the dead are still part of the living community, maintaining a connection that transcends death. As they dance around the tombs, music fills the air, creating a lively atmosphere where memories are shared and stories are told. The energy of the dance not only celebrates the lives of those who have passed, but also strengthens the bonds within the family and community. This extraordinary practice can seem shocking to outsiders, yet it illustrates a profound respect for ancestors and the continuation of cultural heritage. By participating in Fomati Hana, individuals express their love and remembrance, transcending grief to embrace joy and honoring those they've lost. Isn't it remarkable how different cultures celebrate life and death? Here's a wild fact about identical twins. Brittany and Brianna are identical twins who took family ties to a whole new level when they married Josh and Jeremy, who are also identical twins. This remarkable pairing makes for a fascinating family dynamic, especially when it comes to their children. Each twin couple welcomed babies at the same time, creating a unique relationship among the kids. Not only do these children share the same birthday, but they are also cousins and what some call quaternary twins. This means that they have an exceptionally rare bond, as they share both genetics and family ties through their parents. Imagine the fun and challenges they will face as they grow up together. Living life as part of this extraordinary twin family will surely make for some unforgettable memories and stories. How incredible is that? Ever thought about why pygmy marmosets are fascinating? These tiny creatures hold the title of the smallest monkeys in the world, weighing in at just about 100 grams, which is roughly the same as a small apple. Found in the lush rainforests of South America, particularly in countries like Brazil and Colombia, pygmy marmosets are known for their incredible agility and lively personalities. They measure around 4 to 6 inches in length, making them about the size of a large smartphone. These adorable monkeys have a unique social structure, living in family groups that help them stay safe from predators. Their diet mainly consists of insects and fruit, which they skillfully find in their dense arboreal habitat. Despite their small size, pygmy marmosets play a vital role in their ecosystem, helping to disperse seeds and maintain the health of their forest homes. Isn't it amazing how such tiny animals can make such a big impact? Believe it or not, Ski Dubai is a winter paradise. This incredible indoor snow park, located in the heart of Dubai, boasts the largest indoor ski area in the Middle East. Imagine stepping into a snowy wonderland while surrounded by a desert landscape. At Ski Dubai, you can engage in thrilling activities like skiing down slopes, sliding on ice, or even zipping around in giant snowballs. The park maintains a chilly temperature, allowing visitors to experience real snow all year round. With a super pass, you gain access to a range of exciting attractions, making it a perfect destination for families and adventure seekers alike. Whether you're a seasoned skier or a first-time sledder, the thrill of gliding through fresh snow is unmatched. So why not trade the heat for a taste of winter fun in Dubai? This unique experience is sure to leave lasting memories. Astonishing strength of a Belgian draft horse revealed. In a remarkable display of physical power, a Belgian draft horse recently pulled a staggering 18 men during a strength test. This impressive feat showcases not only the extraordinary muscle of these horses, but also their incredible training and temperament. Belgian draft horses, known for their massive build and gentle nature, typically weigh between 1,800 and 2,200 pounds. Historically, they were bred for heavy farm work and pulling loads, making them a vital part of agricultural life. The strength test illustrates the horse's capability to perform impressive tasks, surprising many who may not realize how powerful these gentle giants can be. As they work together with their handlers, Belgian draft horses build bonds that enhance their performance. The spectacle of a single horse effortlessly moving so many men sparks curiosity about the limits of animal strength and training methods in equestrian sports. With modern machinery often taking over, the legacy of these horses continues to inspire admiration and respect. What other astounding skills do draft horses possess? Let's uncover the truth about espresso makers. Renato Bialetti, the brilliant mind behind the iconic stovetop espresso maker, left behind a unique legacy when he passed away in 2016 at the age of 93. In a heartfelt tribute to his lifelong love for coffee, Bialetti chose to have his ashes placed in an espresso pot. This special request reflects not only his personal connection to the beverage, but also the cultural significance of coffee in many people's lives. Bialetti's invention revolutionized the way we enjoy espresso, making it accessible in home kitchens around the world. The familiar design, often recognized by its octagonal shape, has become a symbol of Italian coffee tradition. By choosing to rest within his beloved creation, Bialetti reminds us all of the joy that a simple cup of coffee can bring. How many mornings have been brightened by the rich aroma of espresso? You might be shocked to learn that bridges can sway, standing proudly with a stunning main span of 2,000 meters. Construction began in 1986 and lasted a full 12 years, wrapping up in 1998 at a staggering cost of $4.3 billion. What really sets this bridge apart is its design, which makes it resilient against earthquakes, a crucial feature given the 1995 Kobe earthquake that struck nearby. Engineers took this threat seriously, designing the bridge to sway slightly, allowing it to absorb shock and maintain stability even in severe conditions. This impressive feat of engineering connects the Japanese islands of Honshu and Shikoku, offering not just a transit route, but also breathtaking views of the surrounding scenery. Whether you're driving across or admiring it from afar, the Akashi Kaikyo Bridge is a true marvel of modern construction. Surprisingly, it's a fact that geckos can disguise themselves. Meet the Europaplatus fantasticus, commonly known as the satanic leaf-tailed gecko. This incredible creature hails from Madagascar and has an astonishing ability to blend into its environment. Its body is perfectly designed to mimic a dried leaf, featuring intricate details like realistic veins and jagged edges that make it look like it's decomposing. This clever camouflage helps the gecko avoid predators by making it nearly invisible among the forest litter. When you spot one of these fantastic geckos resting on the ground, you might think you're just looking at a fallen leaf. They're not only fascinating for their looks, they're also important to their ecosystem, playing a role in controlling insect populations and serving as prey for larger animals. Isn't nature skilled at crafting such amazing disguises? Can you imagine that King Charles VI thought he was glass? In the 14th century, King Charles VI of France was plagued by a mental health condition that led him to believe he was literally made of glass. To avoid the risk of shattering into pieces, he took extreme measures that might seem quite strange today. The king wrapped himself in padded clothing, creating a bizarre sight of a ruler encased in layers of fabric. Not only did he avoid physical contact with others, but he also prohibited anyone from coming too close, fearing their touch might cause him to break. This unusual fear became a hallmark of his reign, showcasing the complexities of mental health and its impact on leadership. Charles's fragile state of mind reflected a deep struggle that resonated through his life, leaving us to wonder about the nature of his burdens and how they shaped the course of French history. Believe it or not, Santa Claus has many names. Across the globe, different cultures celebrate the beloved holiday figure in unique ways, each with its own name. In Germany, he's known as Weihnachtsmann, adding a local twist to the joy of gift-giving. Over in France, he's called Père Noël, a name that brings his spirit right into the heart of French holiday traditions. Interestingly, in Spain and much of Latin America, people stick with the universal name Santa Claus, which showcases how some traditions remain consistent despite cultural differences. The variations in names reflect the rich tapestry of holiday customs worldwide, illustrating how the joy of giving transcends language and borders. Families in various countries share stories and traditions, creating a diverse yet unified way to celebrate Christmas. Whether it's through festive markets in Germany, cozy gatherings in France, or lively fiestas in Spain, Santa Claus symbolizes generosity and cheer in countless ways. Isn't it amazing how one character can bring people together internationally? Is it really true that underwater waterfalls exist? Absolutely. One of the most fascinating examples is the Denmark Strait Cataract, where cold, dense water plunges into the warmer ocean below, creating enormous cascades that flow out of sight. This stunning phenomenon happens when the temperature difference between the two water layers causes the heavier, cold water to sink. It's like watching a waterfall under the sea. These underwater cascades serve as a reminder that waterfalls are not just the beautiful ones we see on land. Factors like geographical features and weather conditions play crucial roles in these underwater wonders. The cold and warm water mix causes significant changes in ocean currents, which can affect marine life and even the climate. So the next time you think of waterfalls, remember that beneath the ocean's surface, a whole new world of cascading beauty awaits. Did you know North Korea has its own calendar? This unusual calendar starts in 1912, marking the birth year of Kim Il-sung, the country's founder. Instead of following the Gregorian calendar like most of the world, North Koreans celebrate years based on the Kim Il-sung era, often referred to as KCA, Kim Il-sung's calendar era. For example, the year 2023 in the Gregorian calendar is known as 111 in North Korea. This unique system reflects the country's heavy emphasis on its leadership in the cult of personality surrounding Kim Il-sung. It's not just a simple date change. This calendar influences holidays, events, and even how history is taught. As a result, North Koreans have a distinctly different perception of time in history compared to people in other countries. While many may find this and other North Korean practices unusual, They serve as important symbols of national identity. Why do you think countries choose to adopt unique systems like this? Hard to believe, but the universe is expanding. This mind-blowing fact is driven by dark energy, a mysterious force pushing galaxies away from one another. And imagine the vast night sky filled with countless stars and galaxies. Every day they are getting farther apart. Since the Big Bang, about 13.8 billion years ago, space itself has been stretching, and dark energy plays a crucial role in accelerating that growth. Although it makes up around 68% of the universe, scientists still don't fully understand what dark energy is. Some theories suggest it has properties similar to a vacuum, while others link it to the fabric of space itself. This cosmic enigma not only shapes our universe, but also raises questions about its ultimate fate. Will galaxies continue to drift apart forever? Or is there more to the story? The quest to uncover the secrets of dark energy is one of the biggest challenges in modern astrophysics. Experience the magic of Malawi's Tanya Gulavamulu dance. This vibrant dance celebrates tradition by bringing to life a range of characters, from lively animals to haunting demons. Performers use intricate movements and colorful costumes to embody these figures, creating a stunning visual spectacle that captures the audience's attention. The Tanya Gulavamulu dance is not just entertainment. It represents a unique form of cultural expression. It blends elements of fear and artistry, inviting viewers to explore the complex emotions tied to these performances. Participants often rehearse for months, mastering the choreography that reflects age-old stories and local folklore. These dances play a vital role in community gatherings, celebrations, and rituals, reinforcing social bonds and cultural identity. By engaging with this dynamic art form, audiences gain insight into the rich heritage of Malawi, where each performance serves as a bridge connecting the past with the present. So next time you hear about Malawi, remember that its cultural tapestry is woven with spectacular stories told through dance. Why exactly does a giant snake fascinate us? Imagine a snake longer than a school bus, over 100 feet. Such a creature would not only be the largest snake ever, but also one of the most remarkable animals in history. This incredible size sparks our imagination, conjuring images of giant serpents lurking in the depths of jungles or hidden in ancient myths. Some reports even claim that this astonishing snake could be up to a century old, raising questions about its habitat, diet, and even the environment it thrives in. But how is it possible for a snake to grow so large and live so long? Factors like abundant food sources, lack of predators, and ideal living conditions contribute to the lives of snakes. This makes us wonder if there are still mysteries in our world waiting to be discovered, or if creatures like this giant snake are relics of the past. What do you think? Hard to believe, but AIDS and AIDS mixed up. During the early days of the AIDS epidemic, an executive from the weight loss product AIDS confidently brushed off worries about the product's name. This weight loss solution, which had been around for a remarkable 45 years, was perceived as a harmless brand until the tragic rise of AIDS. Incredibly, the executive suggested that the disease should change its name instead of considering the implications of their product's label. This unusual stance raises questions about the disconnect between public health messages and business interests. As the AIDS crisis gained attention and mass awareness, AIDS faced increasing scrutiny, ultimately leading to a decline in the product's popularity. This situation serves as a fascinating example of how language and marketing intersect with health crises, showing just how important sensitivity is in branding, especially when lives are at stake. Hard to believe, but land forms every few days. You might think that creating new land is a slow process, but it's actually happening quite rapidly. Every 3 to 4 days, natural events like volcanic eruptions or sediment deposits lead to the formation of new land. For instance, in places like Hawaii, lava from active volcanoes spills into the ocean, cooling and solidifying into new landforms. Similarly, river deltas grow over time as sediment carried by water settles at the river's mouth, creating fertile ground that supports diverse ecosystems. This ongoing development is essential for providing habitats for various plants and animals. So next time you consider the landscape around you, remember that it's constantly changing and evolving, even if it's hard to notice. Isn't it fascinating how our planet is always in motion? Hard to believe, but time travel is real. When you fly from Tokyo to Honolulu, you can experience a fascinating twist in time due to a staggering 19-hour time zone difference. Imagine leaving Tokyo at 7 a.m. and arriving in Honolulu at 8 p.m. the previous day. This incredible phenomenon stems from how Earth rotates. As our planet spins, different places experience daylight and darkness at various times, leading to the creation of time zones. Japan operates 19 hours ahead of Hawaii, meaning that while you're enjoying a morning flight, folks in Honolulu are already in the previous evening. It sounds like a sci-fi plot, but it's just the result of our planet's rotation. This unique time overlap can feel like stepping through a wormhole in time, and it highlights how interconnected yet distinct our world is. So if you take that flight, don't be surprised if you feel like a time traveler. Have you ever wondered why Oregon chose yellow lines? In 1955, Oregon made a bold move by becoming the only U.S. state to insist on using yellow lines to mark its highways instead of the standard white ones. This decision was not just a quirky choice, it aimed to enhance visibility and improve safety for drivers. The yellow lines helped define the lanes more clearly, especially in low-light conditions or bad weather. For years, Oregon's unique highway marking gained attention and debate among transportation officials and drivers alike. Then in 1971, the federal government recognized the wisdom of Oregon's yellow lines, validating the state's approach to roadway safety. This change opened the door for other states to consider adopting similar practices. Today, Oregon's yellow lines stand as a symbol of innovative thinking in road safety. Why did it take so long for others to follow suit? Did you know Celsius and Kelvin are closely linked? The Celsius and Kelvin temperature scales are both essential in science, particularly in fields like physics and chemistry. Celsius is commonly used in everyday life, where water freezes at 0 degrees and boils at 100 degrees. On the other hand, Kelvin is the scale scientists favor, especially when introducing concepts like absolute zero, which is the point where particles have minimum thermal motion. The fascinating part is that there's a straightforward mathematical connection between these two scales. 0 degrees Celsius equals 273.15 Kelvin. This means that whenever you want to convert Celsius to Kelvin, you simply add 273.15. This transformation is vital in scientific calculations, as Kelvin provides an absolute reference point, making it easier to describe the behavior of gases or the conditions of space. Who knew that a simple number could bridge such important concepts? How do flowers boost your mood on Valentine's Day? Each year, a surprising 15% of American women decide to send themselves flowers on this special day. This trend highlights a growing culture of self-love and appreciation. In a world where we often prioritize others' happiness, treating ourselves can feel incredibly empowering. Sending yourself flowers isn't just about enjoying their beauty, it can also lift your spirits and brighten your day. Studies show that receiving flowers can trigger positive emotions and reduce stress, making it a thoughtful gift to yourself. You might notice vibrant colors and pleasant scents reflecting joyful feelings and self-care practices. This act of kindness towards oneself encourages a loving mindset, inspiring others to do the same. So next time Valentine's Day rolls around, consider joining the trend. Sending flowers to yourself can be a wonderful way to celebrate not just romance, but also your own worth and happiness. Why wait for someone else to appreciate you when you can celebrate yourself? Ever thought about studying ghosts at university? The University of Edinburgh offers a unique path for those fascinated by the mysterious world of parapsychology. This exciting field allows students to dive deep into the exploration of ghosts, monsters, and other supernatural phenomena. Pursuing a doctorate in parapsychology means you can study these intriguing topics in a formal educational setting, blending rigorous research with the thrill of the unknown. Imagine investigating reports of hauntings or analyzing paranormal claims using scientific methods. The program not only encourages critical thinking, but also emphasizes ethical considerations when studying such sensitive subjects. With a rich history and a strong emphasis on multidisciplinary approaches, the University of Edinburgh stands out as a leading institution for aspiring parapsychologists. So if you're intrigued by what lies beyond our everyday reality, why not consider this fascinating academic journey? Everest changes the game for container ships. The Everest is an incredible feat of engineering, standing as the largest container ship in the world. Stretching nearly 1,300 feet long, it can carry a whopping 24,000 containers at once. Imagine the size of that cargo, enough to fill a small town. But it's not just about being big. The Everest is also paving the way for greener shipping. It incorporates advanced technology that reduces fuel consumption and emissions, making it more environmentally friendly compared to older ships. This shift is crucial as the shipping industry strives to lessen its impact on our planet. With wider hulls and innovative engines, the Everest sets a new standard in maritime transport. In a world where sustainability is more important than ever, how many more innovations can we expect from these giants of the sea? What if I told you Genghis Khan influences us today? This legendary Mongolian warrior, who lived from 1162 to 1227, has a surprising impact on millions of lives even now. With a staggering 16 million men alive today sharing his DNA, Genghis Khan's lineage is one of the most significant in history. His empire, which stretched across Asia and into Europe, was observed not just for its military prowess, but also for its ability to intermarry and mix cultures. As Genghis expanded his territory, he fathered numerous children, establishing a vast familial network. Genetic studies have shown that around 1 in 200 men living today carry a Y chromosome that traces back to him. This means that his genes are more widely present than many historical figures. So next time you trace your ancestry, remember, you might just be connected to this impactful conqueror in some way. How wild is that? Believe it or not, Gila monsters eat so little. These fascinating reptiles, native to the deserts of the southwestern United States and Mexico, have a remarkable way of managing their energy. Unlike many creatures that dine daily, the Gila monster typically only requires 3 or 4 large meals each spring. This low meal frequency is due to their unique biology. They store fat in their tails, which serves as a reserve during food scarcity. When they do feast, they might consume prey like small mammals, birds, and even eggs, allowing them to absorb enough nutrients to sustain them for months. This strategy helps them survive in harsh environments where food can be scarce. Gila monsters also possess a venomous bite, which they use to subdue their prey. Their fascinating adaptations make them one of nature's remarkable survivors in the arid landscape. This might surprise you. What does Q really mean? The word Q, pronounced just like the letter Q, is a fascinating example of how language evolves. Even if you drop its last 4 letters, U-E-U-E, it still sounds the same. This unique characteristic hints at its French roots, coming from the Old French word queue, which means tail. In medieval art and heraldry, Q originally referred to a beast's tail, serving as a visual representation of something trailing behind. Fast forward to today, and we use Q to describe a line of people or objects waiting their turn. This shift from a visual image to a concept of order illustrates how adaptable our language can be. Words have a remarkable ability to transform while still holding on to some of their original meanings. Isn't it intriguing how a simple term can carry such rich history and change over time? Here's a wild fact about Christmas trees. In 1918, Canada sent a stunning Christmas tree to Boston as a heartfelt thank you for the support shown after the terrible Halifax explosion in 1917. This disaster was devastating, claiming nearly 2,000 lives and causing extensive destruction. Boston responded quickly, sending medical supplies and personnel to help those in need. As a gesture of gratitude, Canada's Nova Scotia decided to send a Christmas tree to Boston, marking the start of a beautiful tradition. Each year, a tree is sent to symbolize the deep-rooted friendship and generosity shared between the two regions. This annual gift reminds everyone that even in tough times, acts of kindness and community spirit can shine through the darkness. Isn't it wonderful how something as simple as a Christmas tree can strengthen bonds and spread joy? You won't believe this about Gustav the crocodile. This legendary reptile found in Burundi, Africa, is truly a giant in its domain. Measuring an astonishing 20 to 23 feet long and weighing over 2,200 pounds, Gustav has become infamous for his fearsome reputation. At an estimated 70 years old, he isn't just an enormous creature. He's been linked to the tragic deaths of dozens of people, which earned him the chilling nickname Manator. His story isn't just whispered among locals. It was featured in the 2004 film Capturing the Killer Crocodile, which reveals his dangerous nature and the impact he has had on the region. Many fear him, yet others are fascinated by his existence, highlighting the delicate balance between wildlife and human activity. As conservation efforts continue, Gustav's story raises important questions about how we coexist with such powerful animals in our environment. What do you think about living alongside a creature like Gustav? Here's a wild fact about Olympic medals. Did you know that Olympians often bite their medals during award ceremonies? This quirky tradition dates back to ancient times when merchants would bite coins to check if they were real gold or just a cheap imitation. So when athletes take a bite out of their shiny medals, they're continuing a ritual that reveals their excitement and pride. Today's Olympic medals are mostly made of silver and only have a thin layer of gold coating them. In fact, the last fully gold medals were given out in 1904. Nowadays, they symbolize more than just victory. They represent years of dedication, hard work, and unyielding passion for sport. The bite may be just a fun gesture, but it captures the spirit of the Olympics perfectly. So next time you see an athlete celebrating, remember there's more to that shiny medal than meets the eye. Experience the explosive Easter rocket battle in Greece. Every Orthodox Easter, the island of Chios hosts an incredible tradition that combines faith and fierce competition. It all kicks off at midnight on Easter Sunday, when the churches of St. Mark and Panaia Erie engage in a spectacular fireworks war. Local families craft homemade rockets, launching them at one another in a dazzling display of color and light. This unique event fills the air with excitement and joy as onlookers cheer for their respective churches. While the rockets create a festive atmosphere, the competition also brings out the community spirit as everyone rallies around their church, adding a sense of rivalry. Traditionally believed to symbolize the fight between good and evil, this tradition has become a cherished part of the island's culture. Visitors to Chios during this time are often captivated by the festivities, making it a must-see experience for anyone looking to dive into the rich tapestry of Greek customs. Have you ever witnessed anything like this before? Here's something incredible about Shenzhen's transformation. In just over 4 decades, Shenzhen, China, has turned from a small town with roughly 30,000 people in 1980 into a bustling metropolis of nearly 20 million residents by 2023. This astonishing growth began when the Chinese government designated Shenzhen as a special economic zone, encouraging investment and innovation. Rapid industrialization and urban development followed, attracting people from all over China seeking opportunities. Today, Shenzhen is not just a major economic hub, it's also a leading technology center often referred to as China's Silicon Valley. With its skyscrapers, advanced public transportation, and vibrant culture, the city exemplifies the possibilities of urbanization and modernization. So how did this once quiet town grow so quickly into a global powerhouse? Why exactly does the Conan Wheel challenge athletes? The Conan Wheel, featured prominently in the Giants Live World Tour 2023 finals, is no ordinary apparatus. Weighing about 441 pounds, this iconic equipment is a true test of both strength and endurance. Athletes must carry the heavy load while maintaining a steady pace, pushing their bodies to the limits. This challenge not only demands remarkable physical power to lift and move the wheel, but also requires mental resilience to keep going when fatigue sets in. Competitors train rigorously, honing their strength and stamina, as every second counts in a challenge like this. The Conan Wheel is designed to mimic the heavy lifting and endurance demands found in real-world scenarios, making it a fantastic test of athletic skill and determination. So the next time you see an athlete tackle this mammoth wheel, you'll appreciate just how tough this challenge truly is. Here's something incredible about Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford made history as the only person to serve as both Vice President and President of the United States without ever being elected to either post. After serving as Nixon's vice president, Ford stepped into the presidential role in 1974 when Nixon resigned amid the Watergate scandal. This moment was incredibly significant because it led to Ford becoming a leader during a challenging time in American history. However, his presidency was not without its hurdles. Ford faced tough opposition, and in the 1976 election, he was defeated by Jimmy Carter, making it a unique chapter in the story of U.S. politics. Ford's journey reminds us how unexpected events can shape a person's legacy in the political landscape, raising questions about the nature of leadership in such turbulent times. Can one rise to greatness amid controversy? Fear of clowns might surprise you. The fear of clowns, often called coulrophobia, is more common than you think, with many people feeling uneasy or terrified when faced with these colorful characters. Psychologists aren't entirely sure where this fear comes from. One popular theory suggests that the exaggerated makeup and painted faces of clowns can make them appear less human, leading to feelings of discomfort. Other theories focus on clowns' unpredictable behavior and silly antics, which can feel threatening in a way that's hard to articulate. Additionally, some argue that the absurdity of adults dressing in oversized shoes and bright costumes contributes to this fear, since it challenges our perceptions of normal adult behavior. No matter the cause, the fear is real for many, and it raises questions about how our experiences shape our feelings towards these playful figures. Why do clowns provoke such strong reactions? Have you ever wondered about the chilling story of Neville Heath? This British serial killer is infamous for brutally murdering at least 8 women, including his own wife, in the grim setting of his London flat during the 1940s and 1950s. Heath would lure his victims to his home, where he committed these horrific crimes. In a disturbing twist, he buried their bodies in his garden, and even within the walls of his apartment, a haunting reminder of his monstrous actions. The mystery surrounding his motives and the sheer number of lives he destroyed left many baffled. His capture and trial captivated the British public and sparked conversations about crime and justice. Heath's sickening legacy raises questions about humanity's darker side and the thresholds of evil. How could someone commit such dreadful acts and remain undetected for so long? Today, his story endures as a chilling example of true crime in history. Can you imagine that Canadians apologize all the time? In Canada, the act of apologizing is such a common cultural norm that it often takes people by surprise. A government statement in 2009 even clarified that saying sorry doesn't necessarily mean someone feels guilty. Instead, it's a reflection of the country's renowned politeness. So, whether it's bumping into someone or just passing a neighbor on the street, you're likely to hear an "I'm sorry" as a friendly gesture. This behavior highlights the Canadian value of maintaining harmony and being considerate. While some might see this habit as excessive, those in Canada view it as a warm and approachable way to connect with others. It's intriguing how a simple word can carry so much meaning. Could this level of politeness be what makes Canadian culture so unique and friendly? Guess what really drives the world's priciest pizza? The Louis XIII pizza, which costs a jaw-dropping $12,000, isn't just any ordinary meal. It's an extravagant culinary experience. Prepared by Italian chef Renato Viola right in the customer's home, this pizza features a gourmet combination of exotic ingredients. Imagine indulging in not one, but 3 types of caviar and succulent Mediterranean lobster, all nestled on a perfectly crafted crust. To top it off, this luxurious dish is served with a golden knife, turning slicing into a moment of elegance. This pizza caters to those who appreciate the art of fine dining and are willing to splurge for an unforgettable event. So, what makes this delicacy worth its hefty price tag? It's not just about the delicious toppings, it's about the unique experience and craftsmanship that go into creating a truly lavish dish. Would you spend that much for pizza? You won't believe this about Great Britain's Olympics. Great Britain ranks as the 3rd most successful country in the world when it comes to winning Olympic medals. This impressive achievement highlights the nation's vibrant sporting culture and rich history in both the summer and winter games. Since the modern Olympics began in 1896, British athletes have demonstrated incredible talent and determination, bringing home a staggering number of medals across various sports. From legendary champions like Sir Chris Hoy in cycling to Jessica Ennis-Hill in heptathlon, the nation has produced athletes who not only excel at their sports, but also inspire future generations. What's even more fascinating is how Great Britain's diverse sporting success spans traditional events like rowing and boxing to winter sports like curling and skiing. With every Olympic Games, the country continues to showcase its prowess and commitment to sports, making fans eagerly anticipate what incredible feats are next. You might be shocked to learn that a comic cafe exists. Now imagine stepping into a world entirely in black and white. This unique cafe in South Korea is designed to look just like a comic book, creating a fun and immersive experience for visitors. Every corner of the space is adorned with hand-drawn art, from the walls to the furniture, and even the utensils. As you sip your coffee, you might feel like you've jumped right into a story. The vibrant sketches add a whimsical touch that transports you into a different realm, where everything seems to spring from the pages of a graphic novel. People of all ages visit this cafe, inspired by the playful aesthetics. It's a fantastic spot for photos, creativity, and even catching up with friends while enjoying a slice of cake. So would you dare to enter this artistic wonderland? Surprisingly, it's a fact that flags misled enemies. The phrase "show your true colors" has a fascinating history that dates back to maritime warfare centuries ago. When ships approached each other, they often flew false flags, which were symbols designed to trick rivals into thinking they were friendly. This deception was a clever tactic used to gain the upper hand before revealing their real identity. Hence the moment when they would show their true colors. This phrase gradually evolved into a common saying we use today, indicating someone revealing their true self or intentions. Imagine a pirate ship, shrouded in mist, suddenly lifting the flag of a peaceful nation only to strike with surprise. This gives us a glimpse into the cunning strategies of the past, showing how language can grow and change, connecting us to history in surprising ways. Is it really true that our brains filter out faces? It's fascinating how our minds work. Our brains use mental filters to sift through the endless stream of information we encounter each day. This is super helpful because it lets us focus on the important stuff while ignoring distractions. However, these filters can also make daily life tricky. For instance, when you're in a crowded place like a bustling concert or a busy street, you might struggle to recognize familiar faces. This happens because your brain is overwhelmed and prioritizes other stimuli, like sounds or moving objects, over identifying people. While mental filtering is essential for managing information effectively, it can complicate our social interactions. So the next time you fail to spot a friend in a crowd, remember it's just your brain doing its job, sorting through loads of information. Sweet creations that delight the senses await you. Amaury Guichon has gained worldwide recognition for his stunning desserts that are as pleasing to the eyes as they are to the palate. His work blends artistry with flavor, transforming classic desserts into edible masterpieces that capture the imagination. Imagine a dessert that not only tastes delectable, but also looks like a piece of art. Guichon's creations often feature vibrant colors, intricate designs, and unexpected flavor combinations, inviting people to experience dessert in a whole new way. Whether it's a cake that resembles a blooming flower or a chocolate sculpture that tells a story, his innovative approach makes each sweet treat a feast for the senses. Food lovers and art enthusiasts alike are drawn to his work, eager to savor these original desserts. By pushing the boundaries of what a dessert can be, Guichon has inspired many budding pastry chefs around the world to think creatively about their own culinary designs. So, what will his next masterpiece look like? Here's a wild fact about 3D printers. They were first invented in the 1980s, initially capturing the imagination of inventors and tech enthusiasts. However, it wasn't until the early 2000s that 3D printers truly took off, transforming how we think about manufacturing and prototyping. Imagine creating complex designs layer by layer, rather than carving or molding materials into shape. This revolutionary technology allows designers and engineers to turn digital models into physical objects with remarkable ease. From building toys to even medical implants, the versatility of 3D printing knows no bounds. Schools, startups, and large companies alike have embraced this innovation, making it accessible to everyone. With just a few clicks, you can now print everything from custom phone cases to intricate architectural models. Isn't it amazing how far technology has come? Believe it or not, bionic prosthetics are revolutionary. These amazing devices, equipped with myoelectric sensors, have transformed countless lives by mimicking the movements of fingers and arms. Imagine having a prosthetic limb that responds to your muscle signals, allowing you to grip objects, wave hello, or even type on a keyboard just like anyone else. Myoelectric sensors detect tiny electrical signals generated by your muscles, translating them into precise movements. This technology not only boosts functionality, but also helps users feel more connected to their bodies. For many, it represents a new beginning after losing a limb, as they regain independence in everyday tasks. The beauty of these bionic limbs lies in their ability to learn and adapt, making them increasingly intuitive over time. Imagine children growing up with prosthetics that evolve alongside them, fostering confidence and creativity. As engineering and technology continue to advance, the future looks bright for bionic prosthetics, merging function with comfort. Who knows what amazing things we might see next in the world of prosthetic innovation? Is it really true that pennies favor tails? You might be surprised to learn that if you spin a US Lincoln penny on a table, it settles on tails an astonishing 80% of the time. This quirky phenomenon comes from the design of the penny itself. When the coin is manufactured, the weight distribution is not uniform. The side with Lincoln's head is slightly heavier than the tail side. As the coin spins, gravity plays a crucial role, working to bring the heavier side down first. This fascinating blend of physics and chance creates a situation where, over numerous spins, you'll see tails land far more often than heads. While this doesn't mean every individual spin will end in tails, you can bet that the odds are stacked in its favor. Next time you're at a board game or flipping a coin for a decision, consider using a penny and observe the results yourself. Will you be the one to test this fun fact with friends? Let's uncover the truth about U.S. presidential parties. Abraham Lincoln, who served as the 16th president from 1861 to 1865, was the very first leader from the Republican Party. This was a significant shift in American politics, as it established the Republican Party as a major power, especially during a time of great national turmoil. On the other hand, Andrew Jackson was the first president from the Democratic Party, serving from 1829 to 1837. His presidency marked the beginning of a new era for the Democrats, emphasizing a government that was more responsive to the common man. It's fascinating to see how these two presidents, representing different parties, shaped the political landscape of their time. The contrasting visions of Lincoln and Jackson still play a role in how we view political affiliations today. How did their legacies influence modern politics? Can you imagine that stunning curved masterpiece? Germany's Devil's Bridge, constructed in the 19th century, is more than just a bridge. It's a breathtaking work of art. This architectural wonder is famous for its unique curved design, which allows it to reflect a nearly perfect circle in the serene waters of the river below. When you walk across the bridge or simply admire it from a distance, the beauty is truly captivating. Built during a time when Romanticism was on the rise, the bridge symbolizes the emotions that people felt for nature, beauty, and engineering. Visitors often stop to take photos, mesmerized by the enchanting appearance and harmony with the surrounding landscape. Whether you are an architecture enthusiast or just someone who appreciates a good view, Devil's Bridge offers a delightful experience that sparks curiosity and admiration. What stories does this architectural gem hold? This might surprise you. Surtsey is a newborn island. Formed between 1963 and 1967, Surtsey emerged from the ocean due to explosive underwater volcanic eruptions off Iceland's south coast. As one of the youngest landmasses on the planet, this island offers a fascinating glimpse into how islands develop and ecosystems begin to form. Scientists have flocked to Surtsey to study its unique environment, watching how plants and animals slowly colonize the barren landscape. Because human interference is strictly limited, it's like watching nature's processes unfold in real time. Over the years, researchers have documented how various species, from seabirds to hardy plants, have established themselves, creating a vibrant community in what was once a lifeless expanse of rock. Surtsey's story is not just about geology, it's a window into the resilience of life and the wonders of our planet's geological processes. Time is ticking. Did you know it counts to 31 million? Each year, there are exactly 31,557,600 seconds, reminding us just how precious and irreplaceable time really is. Imagine that. Every second you spend is a unique moment that you'll never get back. Whether you're enjoying a fun day with friends, studying for an exam, or simply relaxing at home, each tick of the clock emphasizes the importance of how we use our time. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to forget that time is literally slipping away. We often think about our busy schedules and responsibilities, but taking a moment to appreciate these 31 million seconds can inspire us to prioritize what truly matters. Are we using our seconds wisely to create lasting memories, pursue dreams, and develop friendships? The value of time is more than just a number. It's our chance to make choices that enhance our lives and the lives of those around us. So what will you do with your next precious second? Hard to believe, but Tarantino bought a video store. When filmmaker Quentin Tarantino heard that Video Archives, the rental store where he once worked, was closing down, he decided to take action. Understanding the store's deep personal significance, he purchased its entire inventory and transformed his basement into a replica of the beloved shop. For Tarantino, this wasn't just about preserving movies. It was also a way to hold on to cherished memories of his early days in cinema. Video Archives was a treasure trove filled with films that shaped his unique filmmaking style. By recreating this space, Tarantino ensured that the essence of the store and its influence on his career would not fade away. His passion for film and nostalgia drove this remarkable decision, making it a fascinating story about love for cinema and personal history. How cool is it to relive your past in such a creative way? Believe it or not, Google plays with the word ask. When you type ask into Google, the search results page tilts slightly to one side, creating a fun visual pun. This quirky Easter egg cleverly reflects one of the meanings of the word ask, which can imply something that is crooked or off-center. Many users, especially those experiencing this for the first time, find themselves amused by the playful twist. It's not just a random feature. It reveals how Google engineers sprinkle humor into their technology. The tilted page serves as a lighthearted reminder that even search engines can engage in a bit of creativity and fun. This delightful trick has become a charming secret for many, igniting curiosity about what other surprises the platform might hold. So the next time you're searching for something and you decide to ask, keep an eye out for this playful tilt. It's a small but delightful addition to your digital experience that adds a layer of joy to the process. Can you imagine Lincoln's haunting premonition before his death? Just 3 nights before his assassination, President Abraham Lincoln had a recurring dream about his own death, as revealed by his bodyguard Crook. In this eerie dream, he witnessed himself lying in a coffin, surrounded by sorrowful figures. Despite the unsettling vision and Crook's warnings about potential danger, Lincoln chose to attend Ford's Theater on the fatal evening of April 14, 1865. His decision has sparked questions about fate and intuition. Many historians ponder why, armed with such a foreboding premonition, he did not take precautions or cancel his plans. This incident highlights the complexities of Lincoln's character. He was a man deeply engaged with the Union's fate, yet seemingly oblivious to his own peril. The intertwining of his dreams with his tragic fate underscores the mysterious relationship between intuition and reality. Could it have been a mere coincidence, or did Lincoln sense the weight of his struggle against time and shadows that threatened his life? Can you believe coconuts can float across oceans? This amazing ability lets them travel long distances on ocean waves. Coconuts have a unique structure that helps them stay buoyant. Their hard outer shell is lined with fibers, creating a natural flotation device. When a coconut falls from a palm tree, it can land in the water and begin its adventure. As it floats, ocean currents carry it far away from its home, and sometimes it lands on distant shores, where it can sprout and grow into a new palm tree. This process helps coconuts spread across islands and even continents, establishing new populations. Not only does this floating feature benefit the coconuts themselves, but it also supports various ecosystems. Birds and marine life may use fallen coconuts as food or shelter. So the next time you sip coconut water or enjoy coconut treats, remember the incredible journey it may have taken across the waves. Isn't it wild to think about how something so simple can travel so far? So next time you see a coconut, consider the adventure it might have had. Guess what really drives Yellowstone's incredible ecosystems? The geothermal fields in Yellowstone National Park are much more than just spectacular geysers shooting steaming water into the air. They are vibrant habitats filled with unique life forms. These extreme environments, where geothermal features like hot springs and mud pots thrive, are home to heat-loving organisms known as extremophiles. These fascinating creatures have adapted to live in high-temperature conditions that would be inhospitable for most life. This means that while parts of Yellowstone may look barren, the underground heat actually supports a rich biodiversity, contributing to the park's ecological importance. Scientists study these resilient organisms not just to understand life in extreme conditions, but also to learn about potential applications in medicine and biotechnology. So next time you visit Yellowstone, remember that beneath the surface, life is thriving in ways you might never imagine. Did you know about the fascinating vampire deer? The water deer, often called the vampire deer because of its sharp fangs, is an intriguing antlerless species that calls China home. This unique mammal thrives in forested and humid regions across China and Korea, where it navigates the lush landscapes with its remarkable adaptations. However, today, the water deer faces a critically endangered status, largely due to habitat loss and a significant decline in its population. This decline is alarming, as these deer play a vital role in their ecosystem. The vampire deer stands out not just for its distinctive fangs, reminiscent of something out of a fantasy novel, but also for its gentle demeanor despite its fierce appearance. Conservation efforts are crucial to protect this remarkable species and its habitat. Without immediate action, we may lose this extraordinary animal forever. So next time you hear about a vampire deer, remember how special it is and why we should all care about its survival? What if I told you we take more photos now? In just 2 minutes, people snap more pictures than were taken during the whole 19th century. This incredible fact highlights how smartphones and social media have revolutionized photography. Back in the 1800s, capturing an image was a time-consuming process, often requiring special materials and lengthy exposure times. Today, thanks to smartphones, anyone can take high-quality photos within seconds. With platforms like Instagram and Facebook, sharing these images with friends, family, and followers has become a daily habit for millions. It's not just about personal memories. Photography has transformed into a way of expressing creativity and experiencing the world around us. We document our meals, travels, and special moments, creating a visual diary easily accessible to others. Isn't it fascinating how a simple click can connect us all? Surprisingly, sports teams wore gray to hide dirt. This fascinating tradition dates back to the late 1800s, when traveling sports teams faced a common challenge: limited resources for laundry. To avoid the embarrassment of dirty uniforms, teams opted for gray, a color that cleverly concealed dirt and stains. This choice not only kept players looking presentable, but also helped fans easily identify visiting teams from home teams during games. Imagine the dusty roads and trains of that era, where teams were more focused on the game than their appearance. The gray uniforms quickly became a practical solution, and over time, they evolved into a staple of sports culture. Today, while teams have the luxury of laundering their gear, the history behind the gray uniform serves as a reminder of the resourcefulness and creativity of athletes in the past. Isn't it interesting how a simple color choice could impact the way we enjoy sports today? amazing ocean creature can heal and clone itself. Have you ever heard about the fascinating jellyfish called Aurelia aurita? This incredible species can do something truly remarkable. When it gets injured, it can clone itself. That means if a part of its body gets damaged, instead of just healing, it produces a whole new jellyfish. This ability to regenerate and duplicate is a superpower of sorts in the underwater world. In fact, scientists believe that this cloning process could offer insights into medical advancements for humans. The way Aurelia aurita operates showcases the enchanting diversity of marine life. Rather than being bound by the limitations that most animals face, this jellyfish thrives in a way that could teach us more about resilience and survival. So how does this jellyfish master such an extraordinary ability? As researchers study these creatures, they dive deeper into the secrets of regeneration, offering hope not just for jellyfish, but potentially for healing in humans too. Let's uncover the truth about the Leptotyphlops carle. This remarkably tiny snake measures just 10 centimeters long, which means it can fit comfortably into a teaspoon. Discovered in the lush island of Barbados, the Leptotyphlops carle not only amazes with its size, but also proudly holds the title of the smallest known snake among the over 3,100 snake species identified worldwide. Unlike many of its larger, more famous relatives, this little guy is burrowing and spends most of its time underground, often slipping through the soil in search of tiny prey like insects and worms. Its slender, smooth body is perfectly adapted to its environment, allowing it to navigate with ease. Despite its size, the Leptotyphlops carle plays a significant role in its ecosystem by controlling pest populations. Its discovery highlights the amazing diversity of life on our planet, reminding us that even the smallest creatures can have a big impact. So next time you think about snakes, remember this tiny wonder and the incredible secrets of nature waiting to be explored. Hard to believe, but this predator is a silent hero. The slender figure and keen, steady gaze of the eastern gray python might seem surprising at first, yet this impressive serpent plays a crucial role in its ecosystem. As a silent hunter, it helps maintain a natural balance by managing the populations of frogs, lizards, and small birds. When these creatures thrive unchecked, they can quickly overpopulate, leading to a decline in vegetation and other wildlife. By preying on these animals, the eastern gray python ensures that their numbers remain stable, allowing the entire ecosystem to flourish. This fascinating predator uses stealth and patience, often waiting motionless for hours before striking. Its presence is essential, demonstrating how even the most unassuming animals can play a vital role in keeping nature in harmony. Isn't it amazing how interconnected life can be? Guess what really drives kinetic sculptures to life? Artist Ivan Black has crafted a stunning kinetic sculpture that captures the beauty of movement in art. His work showcases mesmerizing patterns that emerge as the sculpture shifts. Imagine watching an intricate piece sway and spin, revealing dynamic shapes and shadows that continuously change with the angle of your view. It's not just a visual treat, it's a deep exploration of how art and motion intertwine. Kinetic art plays with viewer perception, inviting us to engage with the piece not just as passive observers, but as active participants in the experience. As you move around Ivan's sculpture, you discover a new layer with each step. It's like having a conversation with the artwork. This intersection of creativity and physics piques curiosity and stimulates the imagination, challenging traditional types of art that remain static. How incredible is it to see art come alive through motion? Ivan Black's work reminds us that art can be an experience, not just a sight to behold. Did you know that clocks were once quite casual? Before 1687, the technology of clockmaking was pretty basic, focusing primarily on hours rather than minutes. This meant that most clocks only displayed a single hand that marked the hour, leading to a more leisurely approach to timekeeping. People often relied on natural cues, like the position of the sun, to judge the time of day. This relaxed attitude toward punctuality reflected everyday life, where arriving a little late wasn't considered a big deal. It wasn't until Sir Isaac Newton's groundbreaking work with calculus laid the foundation for precise measurements that minute hands began to emerge on clocks. With the introduction of minute hands, the way people thought about and managed their time shifted dramatically. Suddenly, schedules tightened and punctuality became a virtue. Imagine how different life was back then, without the pressure to be exactly on time.